Hey guys, today I have another Perdomo. This is one of the ones that came out in 2012, I believe in October. I've had this for a few months aging. Still haven't had it, it's my first one. This is the ESV, Estate Selección Vintage 2002 in Maduro. As you guys can see, beautiful band, nice black and silver. Reminds me of Polo Black, the cologne. Beautiful wrapper. Nice dark color. Smells. Has a nice, very faint, subtle smell, like just a nice tobacco with maybe some hay. Very nice and subtle. The foot, though, has a very nice, deep smell. A nice, thick, very deep smell of the foot. This is a 5x54. I'm toasted nice and slow with my, as you can see, my Prometheus got a fire lighter, Magma T. Try to toast it as slowly as possible. I've had this guy's lighter brother, the non-Maduro ESV, which I love. I guess it's a Corojo. Anyway, it's a great cigar, so this is, I had to try the whole family of the ESV. This is my first Maduro from this line. Billy Perdomo said I had to try it. Try to get it nice and even, all around the edge. Try not to char it. If you see that it gets really black, you put the flame too close. It's kind of tricky with this one. It's a triple torch. You can see the flame. I don't know if you can see the flame. That's enormous. Very powerful. It's pretty difficult. And here I didn't even punch it. Well, that's a good thing, because some people would argue that a lot of people light it before they punch it or cut it. They say it keeps all the flavor in. Well, I guess now I got to try that without really wanting to. Completely forgot to punch it. There you go. Got a nice punch there. You guys can see. You can't really see. You can see it here. Comes with a nice built-in. What I like about the slider, the punches are made for bigger ring gauges, which is hard to find, and it's nice and built in. And it has these little wedges, it has these little protrusions in there, that when you close it, it pops out the cigar piece out for you. Let's get this. Try to salvage this. It's good using the camera because I can see. Oh wow. Perfect draw. Very nice. That is delicious. Wow. That is a perfect draw. Perfect. Wow, I'm speechless here. This is very good. This reminds you that you're smoking a quality cigar. Can't help but enjoy this. Wow. What I get right away from this? I know what it is, but I'm trying to see. All the flavors in this are blended perfectly. I mean, they all go with each other. None of the flavors are fighting with each other. They all blend perfectly. Probably like the base notes of chocolate, like cocoa. For sure, that's in there. Maybe some leather. A little bit of the hay. It feels very rustic, very like an old classic, you know, very well aged. I mean, for sure it's a Maduro. You can taste it. If you were blindfolded, you would know this is a Maduro right away. It has that nice light, subtle sweetness in the back from the cocoa. Has maybe a taste, hints of leather. This delicious aged Maduro tobacco. Very nice, subtly sweet, very smooth, the smoke. You could even say it's a little bit creamy. It's a bit oily. Not too much, but I feel the oil slick on my tongue. The smoke is not too thick, but it's pretty generous. Has a perfect draw. Absolutely perfect draw. It's a bit, has a little bit of give, which means it's just about right. It's not too soft, it's not too hard, which means it's not too dry, it's not too wet. About perfect. My humidor was at about 66, 67. I brought it up because now it's winter, so the humidity here has gone down. So to protect them from drying out, I let it go up a bit to around 66, 67. And those of you guys who watch Cigar Aficionado and all this, they tell you optimal humidity is 70, 75. Well, not in Florida it ain't. You have it that high, your cigar's gonna taste like shit. Nick Perdomo told me, and he said that's one of the biggest misconceptions. And I agree with him. He was the first person that actually was outspoken about it. Because people have it in their mind, they see something in a magazine like Aficionado and they think, oh, it's in a magazine, it has to be true. It's written by this guy, he's been smoking forever, he's some old guy in a nice fancy suit, he knows what he's talking about. But keep in mind that not only is his preference in there, in that statement, also where he lives, his lifestyle. He lives in New York. It's not nearly as humid as it is in Florida. I mean, out here, even in the winter, in the cold, and late evening, it's probably well above whatever humidity New York gets, even in their wettest part of the year. I mean, here in Florida, Miami, as south as it gets, after the Keys, I mean, it's always humid, always. I mean, even when it's dry, to someone who's not from here, it's still humid. So if you have your humidor at 70, 75, even anything above 68 is just way too much. Your cigars are all wet. I mean, they feel wet as an oil. They're real soft, and when you smoke them, it just tastes like acrid, disgusting, like a newspaper burning. So no, that statement doesn't go for everyone. But that's not just where I'm from. I mean, you have a cigar anywhere else where it's less humid. Just anything above 70 is just what anything humidity over 70 is good. Is if you're storing cigars in your humidor and you don't plan on smoking them anytime soon, or maybe if you're trying to repair a cigar that you let get too dry. Well, here I'm ranting, but trying to get back to the cigars. I feel like, I mean, this is such a good cigar. I'm enjoying it so much. This is delicious. What I could compare this to right away, top of my head, a lighter, softer version of Ashton VSG. If you guys have had that before, you know it's a delicious, exquisite cigar. This reminds me of the Ashton VSG, but it's not as strong, it's not as potent, it's not as robust. It is robust, it has a lot of flavor. But I would say the Ashton, the VSG, is probably a notch up in how do I say this? Not strength, because if I say strength, I mean nicotine strength. I mean, not in that. Well, yes, in the nicotine strength, the VSG is up there. I don't know, just the robustness of the flavor. The VSG brings it up a level. This is a subtler, slightly sweeter version of this with a lot less pepper. I'm not noting any pepper in this. Maybe some spice, some very soft spice. No pepper. I mean, I don't taste pepper. Well, a little bit. A little bit of black pepper, but you don't feel it. There's no tingling in the lips or the tongue. This goes down very smooth. I don't have any aftertaste here. My tonsils in my throat, in my mouth. It's very pleasant. I'm drinking my Greek coffee, my frappe. Quintessential Greek beverage. If you know any Greeks, or if you are Greek, ever go to Greece, if you walk into a real Greek family's house, the first thing they offer you is a frappe. It goes very well with a cigar. This is wow, this is such a good cigar. The nicotine strength is pretty low. Also, as you can see, it's a pretty slow burner. It's about exactly 10 minutes in, perfect. That's only about 2 centimeters in, 3 centimeters in. Pretty even. I didn't do a great job of lighting it, but it's holding up well. Oh, very nice, sweet subtleness, subtle sweetness. I meant to say. Pretty complex. This cigar deserves the attention. Yeah, this is something you sit down and you enjoy. You take your time. This isn't something you pop out, while you're playing golf or walking down, doing window shopping. This is something you sit down and you enjoy it because it is very nice. Pretty complex. This deserves your attention, is what I mean to say. Very delicious. That's subtle sweetness, and it's not oppressive in any way. It doesn't leave a nasty aftertaste. It's gone pretty quickly, but you get all the flavor. That's for sure. And this is the Perdomo ESV Maduro 2002. It has a nice signature black and silver, like a polo black cologne. Its counterpart, the other two wrappers, are different. The design is the same, but it's copper and black. One of them is like a gold and black. The Maduro, they made it black and silver. Very nice, very elegant looking. Nice band. Perdomo always outdoes itself with the bands. Beautiful bands. Even the secondhand smoke is pleasant, delicious. Very aromatic. Flavors have yet to change. Strength hasn't died down. Still very robust, very nice flavor. You get a ton of it, but it doesn't linger. It comes, lasts 2-3 seconds, you get the full flavor, and then it's gone. This is the perfect amount of sweetness, and spice and pepper. It's not overpowering at all. Delicious cigar, wow. I'm going to extend this video as long as I can because it is very good. It deserves the full 15 minutes. Here's burn line. 13 minutes in. Around 13 minutes. Oh, around 12 because it took about a minute to light it and prepare it and all that. So about 12 minutes. Not too even, but that means nothing. It's my fault because I didn't light it so well. Not the cigar's fault. Wow, this is very nice. I should have used matches or a yellow flame lighter. Very, very nice cigar. The wrapper itself isn't oily. It's not bumpy. It has a bit of tooth. Not too much. Very smooth. Very nice. Very perfectly packed, it has a bit of, ridges and stuff to let you know it's handmade. But pretty seamless, pretty perfect. Very nice. Very elegant cigar. Okay, it's a 54 gauge. Not too big, not too small. For some people too big, but I don't mind it. Anything above 56 for me is a bit too big, but 54 is good. Has a nice heft, Feels good in your hand. I have destroyed too many cigars that were less than 50 gauge. When they're really thin, you gotta be really careful with them. Here I feel the pepper coming up a bit more. The sweetness has died down a bit. I'll definitely do a part 2 on this, maybe even a part 3, not sure. Definitely a part 2, and I'll tell you guys. I wrote down the time I started, so you guys will know when I show you the part 2 how quickly it burns. Alright guys, till next time.